Disney just did a thing where they got a guy stab a guy with a pen. Good job, Disney.
Oh,
shit.
Oh,
Thank you to HUEL for sponsoring this video. More on them in just a bit.
How you doing there, Reject Nation? Today we're gonna watch Punisher One Last Kill. Jandreau! Let me ask you something. All right, I'm gonna ask you one time. All right? Oh, and how you doing? I want you to look at them. I want you to tell me how you doing. You can do it, kid. You can do it. Come on.
I'm not gonna do an impression because I can't follow that. Because that was actually pretty solid. So,
I don't impression right here.
That's just Punisher.
Russian.
That's just. I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for this. I'm curious that it's following Daredevil. They moved scheduling to allow it to come out at the time. Obviously, we feel like it might set up something with Spider-Man. Feels like it's right in the middle.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be? Will it feel like enough Punisher?
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
Hey, good feelings. Hey, Gordon, look, let me ask you this just once, okay? Let me ask you something. Just one time, all right?
Yeah.
All right, you can do this. Andrew. You can do it. I want you to look at that camera. I want you to tell me how you're doing.
I like your Thomas Jane impression. It's really good.
Yeah,
And,
Thomas Jane.
Second, I have been isolated and alone for the last week, so I feel like I'm in the right frame of mind, like a sad old Kermit.
Sad old Kermit.
Kermit the Frog.
Without his piggy.
Aaron! Yeah. I'm going to ask you once, just one time.
All right,
one
man.
time. I want to know. All right? You can do it, kid. Yeah. Do it. That's right.
I want to see why.
How you doing?
I'm good. I
do
want to
this
see
the
how.
entire
I
review.
want to see how this connects to Red, and then what happened in Daredevil.
Yeah, Red.
Why wasn't he in Daredevil?
Yeah, Red.
Is he gonna be a Spider-Man? We're gonna find out why is he a Spider-Man? Wait. No.
He's longer than the special. This
All right,
intro's longer.
Let's go. Let's go.
I've seen this logo in a while.
yeah, I miss it.
Damn. I'm fucking buff.
Yep, just got off the Odyssey set.
Oh, bloody fingers with dripping blood from the tips.
Yeah.
There it is.
Pull up one.
He just inspired a lot of people to do pull-ups this way.
Why are his hands so bloody?
He's been doing pull-ups all day.
Pull up so he vomits. Oh my god.
Don't recommend it.
Oh, he medicates now.
Medicates.
Dranking.
Man, he is a mess.
Oh.
Wow, those steps stampeding.
Tearing it down.
That's his rabbit in the snowstorm.
Whoa, just a smash too.
Last night,
Interesting.
another murder in Little Sicily. Police officials and citizens alike are reacting to the rise of brazen crime in the Little Sicily neighborhood. Everybody's afraid to rob and steal. Things are cool, but now it's chaos.
You can't even step outside.
I love the
You can
DP
say what you want
choices.
about the new cheese, but at least they kept it peaceful.
The Nucci's kept it peaceful.
Monucci confirmed.
Don't do that. Hey! Don't do that, huh? Oh,
The Nucci's were a little part of season 1. Very little, though.
Mussolini, Fettuccine, skeleton. No more Cadillacs out here, oh boy. All those Nucci gorillas are gone. You gonna eat?
The Nucci's were just like part of Little Sicily. That's all they were siphoned off to.
I still feel the weight of them, like their presence they've established pretty well, but I'm curious how much territory they have in this world.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Fuck.
jeez.
Ugh.
Oh, no. Please.
You.
Well, we're about to see people deserve it real quick.
Give Randall Glover his dog back, damn it.
Oh, no.
Please
don't. Please don't.
You!
No, you piece of shit!
Yeah, they gotta go. Frank, come on.
Go John Wick on their ass.
Ew.
This is my choice, and my choice alone to be reconnaissance marine. I said, told you. Forever shall I strive to maintain the tremendous reputation for those that were before me. Seeing beyond limitations should be my goal. Sacrificing personal comfort, dedicating myself to the completion of the reconnaissance mission should be my life physical fitness, mental health.
The title
Curtis.
Is my honor.
all done.
Our man is messed up.
Nothing left to do. Poor Frank.
To quit. To surrender.
That's the only reason he doesn't die.
Just to fail.
Oh,
Oh, God. Ouch.
what
Oh
brought
my
you to this
God.
state, man? Ugh.
To surrender, you want to give up is to fail? Then quit!
Better than me. Fucking better than me.
What the hell?
Tell me what's going on. Whatever you need from me, I am right here.
I think I need some help. I think I need some help.
Where's real Curtis?
Okay, Kurt. Okay.
Last time we saw him, he was still
The
alive.
handshaking, man.
It's crazy how heightened this is, even for Jon Bernthal's take on Punisher.
Isaiah, don't dribble the ball in the hallway.
Oh,
Come on, baby.
That's him.
somehow you can end up protecting them.
The blood coming through his sweatshirt.
The neighbor who doesn't come out.
And it's got
Yeah.
that
Very much
Across.
Garth
and
Ennis.
it's got that X shape too.
Welcome back, Frank.
Dennis, hope you time already? All right, don't cut the line. Just wait right there.
Oh, jeez.
Deaths of the notorious Nucci crime family, violence and tension filled the streets of Little Sicily as a power vacuum has left the neighborhood vulnerable.
Jeez.
Filthy! Filthy! Filthy!
Former veteran turned as the main culprit behind these murders.
Huh.
Organizations linked to his family's death. Frank Castle's whereabouts remain unknown.
Interesting they started off right there.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's
Rather than explore it.
just Punisher is known.
Get him out of here.
Get y'all in school.
Okay, baby, let's get this done. Outside. It's okay, Charlie, all right? You have a good day at school?
You don't
okay?
need no coffee, you need medication.
Debbie, where's my blue pen? Why is it not in the basket?
Because it's behind your ear, Andre.
So he took out the new cheese and it just created more chaos.
Yeah, the vacuum. Like they said, that it was at least better with them.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. It's on me. Sorry about the whole commotion. Have a good one.
His personal revenge caused all this.
And that's going to add to his guilt and the reality of what he is. The sense of tension in this is incredible.
Yeah, I love how sensory overwhelming this is as well.
And it's just locked on Frank. Things just happening in his world.
And he's ignoring the crime around him.
It's a great tracking shot.
Yeah.
Feeling the guilt as he's walking through it.
Damn.
Wow.
Jesus.
This is still that same tracking shot. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like a play. Not even a blink.
Turning a blind eye to all the chaos has nothing to do with him. Jeez.
Oh. now it's
Imagine the
wartime.
chaos in his head of the trauma.
That's
This is another war zone.
Yeah.
Oh, and the bus sound transition. That was incredible.
Aw.
Hey, baby. Did our best. You hear, baby girl? You're so far away from me. Baby, when you were little, you couldn't sleep. I took your arm for you. 3 strokes, baby. You were out. That was it. I told you I'd never quit. I told you I'd never give up on you. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, he's got no more aim.
Without vengeance, without the crime
I'm
that's happening around him.
He has nowhere to place the grief.
I'm tired.
He's gonna aim it at himself.
Sorry, baby.
Oh, is he the one last kill?
Oh man. This is so heavy.
One bitch.
Oh.
I'm tired.
Dad, you did it too?
Punisher skull.
I love you.
Looking for a reason to keep going.
One batch, two batch, penny and dime. Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's from the first season.
I was gonna say, is that the same actress?
I think it
Oh
is.
wow, yeah,
They're using
footage from the show,
season.
Netflix show.
Hey, Daddy.
Oh Jesus.
Hey.
I think to answer your question, I think it is the same actress, Maria.
Hey,
His brain is just fractured.
No! Baby, come back! I'm sorry.
Over a decade of Jon Bernthal just stewing in pain.
Think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done, Frank?
Real Curtis? No.
Nope.
No.
All done. Nothing left to do. Poor Frank.
Fading into the background.
What's your purpose now, Marine?
This must be him arcing into a vigilante.
So it was like a concentrated version of what we saw on the Netflix show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
all 2 seasons.
The same arc both seasons.
maybe the one last kill is Frank. Frank's got to die and just be only the Punisher, but like you said, we've seen that.
Frank Castle.
Manucci.
Sorry if I startled you. Old woman knows your name, where you live. I need your help, Frank. You see, my family was taken. Can I tell you a small story? My entire family, Frank, same as you. Loneliness, right, Frank?
Whoa.
Like a hunger, a dreadful, nasty, ever-present hunger you just can't shake.
To illustrate the parallel between him and the criminal.
For you and me, Frank, that's all we got. It was Benny, my husband. He was first.
Who's better than me?
Given his line of work, I was surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Is this why it didn't open with this?
He came home at night smelling of some slut's cheap perfume, some pathetic shade of shit lipstick smeared on his collar. Bobby, my oldest, he was next. He was a great policeman. He solved many capers that others just never could.
Oh, there he is, solving a crime.
Getting to the bottom of it.
He was butchered.
Oh, wow.
And then there was Eddie. He lit up every room that he ever walked into. He created a family of his own. It's a real joy to watch your children bear fruit.
Really going into the mother side of her.
And then there was my prince. Whatever the rumor said, I knew he never touched a single one of those kids.
Oh.
He didn't get his hands dirty like the others. He was a thinker.
Mercedes that followed him earlier went by him.
It's okay, Ma, he said to me. But I knew my sweet prince was wrong.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know it's coming.
6:47. A time that will be seared into my heart forever.
What issue is that?
You were like a hungry, avarice animal.
Like a polar bear.
Did he accidentally, like, paralyze her?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it goes through him.
I think it's interesting they're not showing his face, just like the boogeyman.
Yeah, and the skull imagery just the first time.
I love you, Ma, he said to me.
Oh, God.
To see that.
You forgot about me, didn't you? A small bounty on your head was all it took.
Uh-oh. It is John Wick in it.
They're desperate. At 6:47 p.m., this location will be shared. They will come.
It's going to be the raid.
And when that final moment comes,
You'll know who had this
know
responsible.
it was
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Nucci's who did it.
Yeah, she could have surprised him, but she wanted to tell him.
I'm the one who's doing the punishing now.
A little corny, but I love it.
I'm gonna watch you die, Frank.
I'm going to threaten you in ADR, Frank.
We've seen a lot of the kids he's going to have to protect and get out of there. They've made it really clear that this is a family place.
Mm-hmm.
You scared, Frank?
Karen. Oh, shit. Did not expect her to be in this.
Oh, wearing his wife's sweatshirt.
You're not a victim. You chose it.
Makes sense. She'd be here.
You chose it over them.
It's bullshit.
Frank, that was never equal. Father, daddy, husband. That was a costume. You couldn't wait to get back where it made sense. You failed them. You failed them. You fucking failed them.
Damn.
Failed your family, and now you're failing the city.
Coward!
I shall never quit. Are you here?
Oh.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah. I'm here.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I don't think so.
What time is it?
6:47.
Always teetered on that line between platonic and romantic, but she's obviously with Matt.
The key to his guns is with his wife, isn't it?
Yeah, he left that key at the... Does he have time to... Yeah, is this like Raid meets Judge Dredd or Dredd?
I'd say Raid meets The Purge.
Oh, they don't even know which one he's in. My God.
Oh no, that's the kids in there too, dude. You
gotta do something. Oh my God.
It's going to be emblematic of his rage. Damn, Bernthal really
It's
did
actually,
the stunt.
yeah. Oh,
Come on,
shit.
Frank.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, this is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
damn, still doing it on fire.
The flying Frank.
Nice.
Oh man. Ooh.
Nice.
Oh. Jesus.
One knife.
That's all he needs.
Oh.
Amazing.
Sometimes it just says mumbles.
Oh my God, it would hurt so much.
Sweet.
Oh! That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Damn.
Cool.
Just loading up on all of their guns. Yes.
I love the irony of the music choices.
Oh, just utter chaos. Yes.
Side scroller Punisher.
Oh.
What was that dude just doing running?
That guy was just laying there.
Oh, that was
Damn.
great. Now I want to see him team up with John Wick.
No one guttural screams quite like Jon Bernthal.
Truly no.
You haven't heard Aaron take a shit. Woo! I think you guys just run into bullets.
It really is the raid.
The raid with the tone of the Terminator police headquarters vibe. Oh, cool.
No Matt Murdock on this rooftop.
All of his gun training's so impressive because he seems so adept at each thing he's picked up and used.
It's like zombie horde.
Yeah. Bring me my ammo.
Ooh. Look out. Clothesline with a gun.
Oh, awesome.
Damn.
Yeah! That was awesome.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
Oh. Damn. Oof. How's your back? Damn.
He's
Ooh,
thinking,
the
oh, my
nose.
back.
Yep.
This is where he saw his former self, and now he's back to that former self.
Oh.
This strip is awful.
Don't live here.
Go after her. Help Charlie. Yeah, that's going to resonate with him.
This is the vigilante versus vengeance.
It's like your personal revenge led to this, so what are we going to do here?
I see how this sets
Yeah,
up what he's going to become. It's a really interesting choice to do it this way.
Go help.
Yes. There's Hatebreed and Danzig in this special. Yes.
Yeah, just punish those who hurt me and punish those who hurt others.
These guys are so good live.
Ooh.
Stunt work is incredible in this.
Oh! Oh, Jesus. That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
Ouch. Ouch.
Hope this place has some good insurance.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
What a way to go.
Hurt him and bleed him out. Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Jesus.
Ah! Oh, it's such
Pen
a
to the
soft
rib.
spot.
The pen is blue.
Oh.
Oh, give me casino vibes.
Oh, God.
He's got fresh ink. Lots of fresh ink.
Hey, hell.
Shit.
It's okay. I'm one of the good guys.
Disney just did a thing where they got a guy stab a guy with a pen. Good job, Disney. You know who Punisher is.
Aww.
Charlie.
Oh, please tell me Charlie's okay.
Come here, Charlie.
I mean, him.
There we go.
Yeah, man.
Protected his store and his family.
Yeah.
Exactly. You do
Hey,
this
this
to
is gonna-
preserve families.
Give him purpose again.
Are you okay, sweetheart? You okay, baby? Wait.
What did you set aside for him?
This is for you.
Was it a rose?
Oh, the Olivia and Rose song earlier.
Still want to see him take out those pieces
3 guys in
of
the
shits from the
beginning?
beginning.
Yeah. Killed the dog, yeah.
I'm sure he'll do it after he dons the Punisher outfit.
I met somebody today. Reminded me of you. I think maybe you were with me today. Yeah, baby, maybe I'm gonna keep going, huh? 1 batch. 2 batch, penny and dime.
Said it.
Papa Bear's a baker.
The whole thing.
So am I. 1 batch, 2 batch, penny and dime. I love you, baby girl, till the end of time. 1 batch. 2 batch, penny and dime.
It's a brand new day, people.
Look at you. What? You can't hide it. It's all over your face. What time does the train come in?
8:27.
Uh-oh.
2. One can, the other one.
Yeah, there they go. Good.
There we go.
Yeah.
Get their comeuppance finally.
And he's in the outfit.
Yeah, new skull, too.
Yo, devil dog. That covers mine.
Take that off your maggot head.
Half the hat, man.
Oh, yeah, let this guy get it.
That's not the only thing he took from me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get his
that's so
ass,
satisfying.
Frank.
There's the shot.
Mitch's restaurant.
It's the first image they shared.
Oh, yes. Go for it.
Okay.
They just made a comic book, like a single issue.
All right, let's find out if there's a post-credit scene. That's what we all live for. See this Daily Greens? I have it daily, and they're Black Edition rated drink several times a week. We got so many at the office. In fact, I'm a little bit parched right now. Sometimes that chocolate really does hit the spot. I think I got some chocolate on my mustache. Let me ask you guys a question. When was the last time you actually thought about what you're getting from your food? Protein, calories, sure. I factor that all the time, as I'm sure sometimes you do too. But what about fiber? Protein, calories, yeah, I think about that stuff all the time, and maybe sometimes you do too. But fiber, honestly, I'm guilty of not thinking enough about the full balance of nutrients. And apparently in the U.S., fewer than 1 in 10 adults hit their daily recommended fiber intake, which is kind of wild. Because I learned especially the benefits of fiber during my cut last year with those very ambitious goals, because it helped with fullness, it helped with gut health, helped with my energy, helped with blood sugar. I felt like in a lot of ways it was a shield against hunger and cravings a lot of time because it helped me feel fuller. So for me, something like HUEL, it works because my nutrition problem isn't caring, it's chaos. It's long work days. It's workouts. It's trying to perform. Then realizing I've only had pre-workout and stress for breakfast. And for something like HUEL Black Edition ready to drink, it's a complete meal in a bottle that I can grab and go, and it's got 35 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber, 27 essential vitamins and minerals, slow release carbs, no artificial sweeteners, colors, or flavors, gluten-free, and under $5 per meal. It keeps me full without cooking, meal prep, or overthinking what to eat. And when I want something more customizable, I use their Black Edition powder. We got plenty in the kitchen right over there, which has 40 grams of protein, same complete meal benefits. I can blend it to make it like thicker with fruit or nut butter or ice. But usually, you know, life is moving, so ready to drink is my main go-to. And powder when I want like a little bit more control or have more time. So Reject Nation, with a limited time offer, you can get HUEL today with an exclusive offer of 15% off online with my code REJECTS at HUEL.com/rejects. New customers only. Link in the description box and pinned comment. Thank you, HUEL, for partnering and supporting RR and my body once again. Nothing. So I guess Curtis is dead.
Well, Karen's not dead, and she was there. It's all just the ghosts of his own conscience.
Yeah.
His own memories. And the person doesn't have to be dead. We don't know what's up with Curtis.
Yeah, because we saw Matt having flashbacks, or not flashbacks, seeing someone in his conscience. We saw him looking at Wilson Fisk in season 3 when he was having those talks with him, and Wilson was still alive.
Guys, Curtis is dead.
Okay, fine.
You're all in the
Confirmed.
Curtis is dead, confirmed.
Confirmed here. Guys, we just watched Punisher One Last Kill, capping off this run, Marvel promoted the shit out of this. Man, did they.
Man, did they.
Oh, yeah.
So much promotion.
So many
Bet you guys were
billboards.
like, oh, yeah, it's out. I'm here to remind you. You get the full reaction watch along on our Patreon. Thanks, guys, who've been supporting us, especially those who followed us during the Daredevil time. We were always covering stuff, help find monetization issues. We know we'll have them with this one. All them classic songs they keep dropping in here. And violence, too.
Hatebreed, Danzig, Red Blood.
Good amount of stuff here. So thank you, guys. Thanks to everyone who bought one of them red, white, and blue tees over there of the Daredevil one from the mind of Aaron Alexander. You can still buy one. Great way to support the show now. Well, guys, here we are. We had Punisher and Daredevil. We had 2 seasons of Punisher. Then we had him return in Daredevil. And then he went over here. And now he's in a Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I'll go to Coy first on this one, since we never go to Coy first. Coy, I have no specific questions for you today.
Just go?
Normally, I give everyone a specific question, and I feel proud of that.
All right.
But today, just say whatever you want about whatever you want.
What I think is really special about the Marvel Universe at this point in time, it has reached such a zenith that you can do anything. You can have Werewolf by Night. You can have a Guardians Christmas special. You can have a 6-episode show. You can have an 8-episode show. You can have a 2-hour movie. And all of it kind of applies to whatever narrative you need to tell. It is a really weird time in media where we don't have any real rules because of streaming. And I think streaming has a lot of problems. I think it hurts a lot of industries, but something it does do well, it allows for the flexibility of an artist to tell the story they want to tell. This was a passion project from Jon Bernthal. This was him wanting to tell a story. And now that I've seen it, to me, this is him seeing the writing on the wall of, wait, I was just this guy in the Daredevil, and now I'm going to be this guy in the Spider-Man. And if you're a comic fan, you know the versatility of Punisher. Punisher literally started in Amazing Spider-Man number 129. He started as a villain to Spider-Man. Spoiler alert, Spider-Man is one of the biggest IPs in the world and thus can't be so violent. The Spider-Man animated series in the 90s, Punisher couldn't use guns with bullets. He had to shoot guns that shot lasers. You couldn't punch. You had to throw. Punisher is G-rated in that show. PG if you're frisky. But like it's a very versatile character. But what's cool about this is this not only feels like a one-shot, which is what I would have called it, but I like One Last Kill because that represents the last kill he had to kill was himself, and he chose not to. But it is a one-shot that is a bridge between the Daredevil take on Punisher that we've lived with for 2 seasons of Daredevil, 2 seasons of Punisher, respectively. We've had that character for a decade. In order for that to feel like there's an actual justification for him to be a vigilante, this was clearly Jon Bernthal wanting to tell the story of how do I leave behind the trauma of my family? How do I rationally make Frank Castle have some sense of why would he go about saving people? Why would he transition into full-on hero choices if he's been so struck by vengeance? We just watched 2 Punisher films. We watched the Tom Jane, we watched the Ray Stevenson. And in both of those, his mission is to eliminate the villains more than it is to save. He does save. He saves Rebecca Romaine. He saves Ben Foster. Ray Stevenson saves the kid. He's got a soft spot for kids, but his goal is ending crime. Jon Bernthal so far is, taking out so much crime, and I really like that this is a logical transference of his actual narrative. He's doing it for his daughter. He's doing it for a purpose that when we see him in Spider-Man, this allows for an actual choice. Now, comics don't always give you that. There's, so many iconic Punisher runs where he acts very different than others. We've seen different actors portray him very differently than others. It's really cool that in streaming, we've got the ability of using a medium in order to tell an arc to allow him in 40 minutes to go from that Punisher to Punisher in Brand New Day. And I think it's really cool of Disney to allow him to tell this story that felt like The Raid meets video games meets a fan film love letter. It gives us all of that in one beautiful little package while also playing with format, not showing the Nucci's. That way we can relive the trauma of him being the antagonist to the Nucci's, to see him as the boogeyman. It does a lot of really artistic things. I've talked long enough. I'll talk about those in my follow-up. But as far as a narrative structure, I'm stoked that 18 years after Iron Man, now we're to the point we are in comics where you can get a trade, you can get a floppy, you can get an omnibus, you can have your story, and whatever the artist chooses to tell it that narrative. And I hope Marvel does more things that allow for the flexibility of the format of streaming to make their stuff stronger, not weaker.
Wow. Now you make a lot of really good points. Appreciation enhanced. Appreciate that. Appreciate everything you said. Aaron, I have no specific questions for you.
Okay.
Other
It's
than
more
I
daunting.
want you to repeat everything Coy said.
Rephrase it with your experience.
So the Marvel Universe. No.
When I was a boy.
It's interesting the timing of this special coming out, because we are coming fresh off of a season of Daredevil where he's mentioned a lot, but he isn't explicitly shown. And then we're entering a new time where we're seeing him coming into Spider-Man. And I think Jon Bernthal did a great job in this special, showed off his acting prowess. We know he's been an amazing staple of Hollywood for a long time now. And we love watching him as this character, all the screams, all the penny and dime and all that stuff. I felt like for me, though I enjoyed the action and I enjoyed his performance, the story in and of itself felt a little redundant to the things we've seen from Punisher before in the MCU, not only within season 2 of Daredevil, but both seasons of his television shows. Like, okay, I'm not going to be the Punisher. Okay, I'm going to be the Punisher. Okay, I'm not going to be the Punisher. Okay, I am going to be the Punisher. And the spoilers for, the show that ended like 8 years ago, but the show ends with him being the Punisher and him like deciding to do it beyond his family. So I think it was fun to see another, small dose of him as the Punisher, and I'm never going to be mad at seeing more of him. But I ask, in what ways does this justify its own existence? And I think Greg made an interesting comment about it focusing more on his daughter, with the show focus more on his wife and his son. And I think the thing that makes this feel a little bit different is, we see him reclaim the title of the Punisher after he believes that he's killed everybody involved, at least what we thought at the time. But we see that, more criminals need to die, so I have to come. I have to kill people, not for my family, but because scum needs to be rid of the earth, for that simple fact alone. And I liked that this felt like a definitive shift into, I am cleaning up scum for people that aren't as capable as I am to do so. And I thought that was a very interesting pivot for the character to stand up on. Would I have liked some more, narrative ties to where he was during Daredevil or what's happened to him since his show ended? Sure, but that's not the intention of this. So, maybe we'll get that stuff one day, but for what this tried to do, I think it succeeded in that.
It's all fair. Also clarify that, like, season 2 of Punisher is clearly, like, the surrogate daughter thing.
Yeah.
That is him, like, dealing with Lisa in his own way. It's a little more overt. I'm talking to her this time, like how he was talking with Maria and his son in the first season. Anyway, Andrew,
Greg,
I have 6 specific questions for you.
Were there enough ambulances? Yes, plenty.
No, man. What'd you think, buddy? What'd you think? Think your thinks.
I do agree with Aaron. There was a little bit of a redundancy because we've seen him, be Punisher and then not be Punisher. And so I do agree with that, but I do like the narrative that they were going with when it comes to Frank living with his own guilt on the environment that he has created from personal revenge. I mean, we just had a season of Daredevil where the major themes are about mercy and justice, and now this is kind of like a counter argument to that. And I thought the character exploration again of Frank with how they did the nonlinear storytelling when it comes to Manucci, showing that he still is actually the Punisher when they showed that of him taking out the Nucci family, and then look at all the collateral damage that is everyone around you has to deal with because of your personal vendetta that you had with the Nuccis, and now everyone's got to deal with this on a day-to-day basis based on the choices. So I thought it created a nice arc for him to have, even though we have seen that before, but I thought it was still pretty visceral, and when it comes to the narration and when it comes to the action sequences, which were really done well. But that sequence where he was in the graveyard was giving me shades of Martin Riggs in Lethal Weapon 1, where he had that gun to his head. That's pretty powerful acting for me. I mean, Mel Gibson, I remember he went to a high plateau for me when it came to that scene when he had that gun to his head. I mean, you gotta believe that the character is like at his breaking point, especially with someone like Frank. Frank had that one conversation, I remember, or interaction rather, with Matt on the rooftop. I think he said to Matt, you hit them and they get back up. I hit them and they stay down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did get them to stay down, but look at the effects it's having on everyone else, and now you're the one who's also having trouble as well, with your mental faculties. So I thought it was an interesting exploration that they went in with this character, like, before we pivot to Spider-Man Brand New Day. So I didn't have a problem with it. If just so nitpicking, I would have liked it to be longer and really get into the story with the Nucci's and all that. So if anything, I would say that. But I do like that they did, as you guys mentioned earlier, I do like that they honored more with Lisa, because we didn't get much into doing that in season 1 of The Punisher. But Jon Bernthal's acting was incredible. And also, I want to give it up to Ronaldo Marcus Green. I thought he did an excellent job when it came to character exploration and depth in King Richard. It's the only movie of his I've seen, and I really like that movie. And I thought he, gave the character some grounded depth as well when it came to Frank Castle as well as Jon Bernthal. I enjoyed it. What about you, Greg?
Yep, here we go. Here we go. Okay.
As someone who just watched both seasons of The Punisher.
Yeah.
Oh, you just watched both?
Well,
and is reading.
I've been reading too. I've been reading page 500 of the Bible right now. It's very boring. I honestly think this was a little bit. It felt derivative of other things that have already been done outside of Marvel, like other movies and stuff. And I do feel like it's redundant a lot on the Frank Castle storyline. Like, if you look at Frank Castle, I'm not even talking like connected to Spider-Man or any of that shit that's coming up. It's like this. It's just kind of Jon Bernthal's tenure here is really confusing when you really think about it, because like on the Punisher show, which is canon to him here, it is a whole thing. The whole second season is dedicated to him being like, I got my revenge already. I'm done. Now, what the fuck? I'm thrusted into a thing to help save someone. That's not what I do. I guess I'm saving people now. I guess I'm going to be the Punisher. And then he shows up in Born Again, and he's like, none of that fucking mattered.
Yeah, right.
And then he's going through it here, and like the microcosm of it, I really enjoyed. I like the intentionality more than some of the execution was actually done, because it felt like it's like objectively sad. Like, yeah, this is sad shit. Yet I didn't really feel anything when I was like watching it. Like, I didn't really feel sad, even though I can be like, that is definitely sad. I felt things when violence was going down, because it's violent and it's gory and disgusting and it's well choreographed and well shot and it's cool. But how much cooler would it have been if you had like a cathartic feeling to the revenge and violence rather than just watching cool violence go down? And I couldn't help but feel like they missed out on a lot of the potential there. So, yeah, I think like narratively wise, story-wise, it was like, I get it's a special, but we've seen that with their specials. Like Coy references Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. What's that fucking?
Werewolf by Night is one of the best things Marvel's done.
Werewolf by Night is an ensemble piece where they're introducing a whole bunch of new shit.
A whole different tone.
And they managed to knock it out the park. And this is already someone that we're already familiar with, and yet I felt like it was kind of at odds with what it wanted to do. Like, we were all kind of like laughing a bit at the corniness of Minucci, because Minucci is a very like over-the-top, corny kind of character, and it seemed like they were trying to find like this middle ground
between his world and Nucci's limbs.
Yeah, we're like Nucci's like such an over-the-top New York character. Now, what I think they do well here is what I think Jon Bernthal loves about Punisher, and I've said it like a bunch of times already, is that a lot of the Punishers, and especially if you look at like Ray Stevenson's, he's definitely the most comic accurate Punisher that's existed. Whereas Jon Bernthal has always seemed much more interested in the Marine of Frank Castle, less so the Punisher. And this carries that on, of the post-traumatic stress disorder of the guy who went through everything in the war. And what's great about the show that it illustrates is that he was already a super violent guy within, and that's why he's a man who's meant for war and meant for violence, because a guy like that who has these struggles, he's a great thing to aim when you put him in war. And then the thing that was his rock that kept him grounded was his family. So when he loses that, he's this violent mess and who becomes judge, jury, and executioner. And then it becomes a whole different conversation about who should be judge, jury, and executioner. Why does the government get to be, but he can't be when clearly there's bad things going down. So it's like everything that was this, it's like a hodgepodge of everything we explored better and stronger in a couple of seasons. And then they try to like condense it here to something that I felt was a bit of a hollow experience. Yet I can still take away my emotional side and go, objectively though, the acting by Jon Bernthal is fucking phenomenal, as it's always been. Like the ability to carry that pain for so long and still not make it feel like repetitive. It's weird to do story beats that feel repetitive, but him not feel like he's just rinsing and repeating and can't cash in a check. Like, damn, it's like he's selling me on like the rawness of it is so strong. And the choreography of the action was really cool. The plot setup was really fucking neat of all condensing it into this building. And yeah, the theme of him choosing to be take the heroic path instead of the revenge path, I think was a really cool illustration without having to directly say that. So yeah, I mean, I think like if you show up for like cool violence, I think it does it. I think he's punishing, and Jon Bernthal's he's acting his ass off. And yeah, but was it a little bit of a was I a little let down by it? I was a little let down by it, but yet I'm still left with the feeling of I can't wait to see more of it. You know, like, so yeah, I have a multitude of feelings here. I have a multitude. There's a lot of good to acknowledge, but then there's a lot of department where I feel like it didn't really, and none of it's like me being like, oh, I wish they clarified Daredevil shit or set up Spider-Man. Like, it's nothing about that. It's literally just about this piece that they've had. It's this 40 minutes they presented, and I think in this 40 minutes there was a lack of storytelling that I think really could have been a lot stronger or done something a little bit more different.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think with the Monucci stuff, it feels like it more so kind of ended than did it conclude. Because we just kind of see her kind of roll off. I'm like, all right, I guess it's over. Like, I sent all these assassins out and he killed them all. So, all right, I guess I'm done with revenge.
Yeah, well, I still feel there's more story left to tell.
Yeah, I feel like that sets up a season 3 if they want it. Like now they can do a Monucci. Like Monucci is huge in the comic book, so I feel like they could now do a Monucci season 3 if they wanted.
Well,
I hope so.
Well, the Ennis run, they do something that's never been explored yet in any of the Punisher adaptations, which is how Frank Castle gives birth to a lot of people feeling like they could be just murderous vigilantes out there. And I'm like, man, I would love to see Jon Bernthal's Frank Castle struggle with.
And that would reflect the ABTF.
I got to say that.
Yeah. Like the cops co-opting his symbol, but instead it's like vigilante violence, not even co-opting his symbol, but co-opting him, like what his choices were.
Yeah, I wouldn't even mind seeing the same director and him continue on to do like a Punisher season or something like that.
Totally.
Like, I wouldn't be. I like that it was like shot different than the show.
I love the cinematography. What I was gonna say on second round was basically the format was really interesting to me, beyond the medium, but like having the Nucci stuff happen off screen and then rebound back to it. So like Act 1 was trauma and us getting to connect to like where he feels like he is. That way by the end you feel that closure. But then Act 2 getting to see Punisher from the lens of the criminals. So you feel the violence. And I really like what Andrew said about how that kind of is an inversion of mercy, because we see Daredevil choose not to kill at any cost. We choose, like, he's not going to kill Bullseye. He's not going to let Bullseye die. He's not going to kill Kingpin. So this is what happens when you kill. Like, there's always more violence from violence. So it is a really cool, like, sister second act. And then the third act, you know, with the lion's share of the piece. But, like, that's all, like, the violence and all the stuff that we're showing for Punisher for. But I really like the format of it. And I don't disagree with...
I think structurally it's cool.
It's a really interesting choice. And I don't disagree with either your flaws that this isn't, like, top third Marvel for me. But I do think... as someone who enjoys adaptation of the medium of comic books, this is the first time I felt like I got a single issue at the store and I put it down, like, you know, that was Punisher. And like, it feels kind of nice to know that you can do a story in 40 minutes that feels like it's setting up something and finishing something, while also, I think there are redundancies in telling a Punisher story. He's got, you know, this to me kind of felt like the best version of last time on Punisher. Like, it's been 6 years since Punisher season 1, so it was nice to have a little refresher, but also it ends with like, and here where he is now and brand new day. And some issues of comics have to be that because of how long continuity goes.
Yeah.
So I think I'm uniquely more okay with redundancies while appreciating format because of what I expect from some of these stories.
Yeah.
I agree with what you
That's
said
a cool,
too.
It's a cool lens to see it in, yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say cinematography-wise. I mean, usually with these, I was gonna say Netflix shows, but with Punisher and Daredevil, we usually get that hallway type of fight. But seeing it from an emotional perspective of him taking in all the guilt and taking in all the crime around him, and he's feeling responsible, I thought that was such an incredible shot that we got. And I'm also really excited too from a character perspective of him now jumping into Spider-Man Brand New Day, because he was really losing himself in this episode and now taking that heroic path. And then Peter, at least from the glance we got in the trailer, Peter's losing himself a lot because nobody knows who he is anymore, right? So they've forgotten about him. So it's going to be an interesting clash when him and Peter meet up with each other coming off of this. So I'm excited for that.
I can't wait to see him be funny.
Yeah,
lots of Marvel jokes.
I'll add on to that. I feel like, the kind of what you were saying, Greg, about how we take Frank to a certain point and then we regress back to then, go through this arc again of like re-choosing the Punisher. And I'm excited, especially in the Spider-Man seems like the first entry into that, where we see, okay, now that he's accepted that this is who he is, what are we going to do with this character now? What does him and Spider-Man look like? What does him in relation to the rest of the universe look like? And now that he's accepted, okay, I am the Punisher, I kill, and how does that put him in conflict with maybe other characters other than Daredevil?
Yeah.
I think it also gives them a good opportunity to make the PG-13 work. It's going to be hard because Punisher is bloody, but I think it's a really good opportunity to have him be able to interact with the greater Marvel universe and then go back to do R-rated shows. Like, this was so R-rated, you could have the Netflix, Punisher R-rated on TV, but I want to see him interact with Spider-Man. I'm excited about that, and I think that's going to upset some, like, diehards. Like, the internet's already like, oh, how's he going from this to this? Like, when you're talking to your best friend and when you're talking to your mom, probably a little different. Like, I think there are, layers to people, and who you were 5 years ago, hopefully you're a different person now. So I'm really excited to see the evolution because of the choices of this.
Yeah. Well, it's like he's so traumatized Marine guy. And we've seen him be that for like, I don't know,
years.
How do you count the hours of season 2 of Daredevil, then 2 seasons of Punisher? Like, that's so much time you've spent with like a not funny guy.
I better not just sling jokes.
Not in a fun tone. You know what I mean?
Like, if they do full on jokes, I will be like, okay, I take back some of what I said.
But yeah, no, I'm still excited to see. I would like to see Bernthal carry on. Like, this did nothing to make me. This wasn't like how I sort of was feeling with Born Again season 1, where I was like, oh, you're kind of messing with my love for Daredevil.
Oh no!
Like, this didn't mess with my love for Punisher at all. It was just like a minor letdown, but still a lot to really like and appreciate. And the action was fucking cool, and Bernthal's performance was great. And yeah, I like the structure, but just more. Whatever. I've already said everything. I'm just repeating myself. Anyway, guys. All right. So that's it for Punisher. One last kill. What's next on Mars? Is it Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's July 31st. I assume X-Men will be out before that, but we don't have a date yet.
Okay, but in terms of like
MCU, I think the next thing is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Brand New Day,
also,
and then Avengers, right?
I want to say Jerry Conway, the co-creator of Punisher, passed away 2 weeks ago.
Thank you.
Absolute legend, Jerry Conway. In my humble opinion, is one of the great writers of all time in comic books. In Coy's opinion, this isn't like comic book law, but I consider the death of Gwen Stacy the end of the Silver Age of comic books. I consider that when it was so impactful it changed comic books. He wrote the death of Gwen Stacy. He brought us Punisher. He also did just as much at DC. He's like a titan of all comic books, and he passed away a couple weeks ago. So much love to the Conway family. I got to host a panel with him once, and he was so darling that there were 3 people on the panel, and I spent most of it trying not to just ask him questions alone. And then he pulled me aside after and was like, hey, what were the things you wanted to ask? And just gave me time to gush over his work. Like, that kind of caring, thoughtful, lovely man. So much love to Jerry Conway, who we would not be here without, and appreciation to him and his family in these times.
Thank you. All right, guys. On that note, we'll see you guys later. Peace.